All right. Obviously, week 2 we have a bye week. I just did my recruiting, and then I upgraded my coaching skills. All I did was upgrade the offensive line portion, so it wasn't anything fancy. So let's fast forward past week 2 because obviously we have a bye. We're going to see how the matchups work out in the ranking system. So a bunch of guys staying here. That's really good. Let's go back to the recruiting updates. Yeah, I mean our 4-star guys are starting to be our top guys. That's huge. We need a bunch of guys to come in and just absolutely dominate. We're 0-2, not for bad measure. I mean, we lost close to Tulane, and then obviously against Nebraska, we got. I mean, our guys just did not follow through. They did not finish. I wasn't going to go play back and forth, and overtime on the road. I wasn't going to do that. That's just not worth it. I know we had a bye week the next week, but it wasn't worth it to me. And I think overall we are better than Nebraska, and for us to lose at their house in overtime goes to show you on a neutral field we're a better team. But we got to catch the ball in open space. We got a big time rivalry game this weekend, the biggest rivalry in the state of Washington, the Apple Cup early on in the year, like we do now, and we need to take care of business. So let's go into what happened in week 2. This is the recap version. Holy moly, the Gators destroyed Texas. That's just the beginning phases of what we could see there. Okay, first of all, let's go to week 2 and see what happened on a top 25 basis. Alabama took care of business. Georgia took care of business. Louisville, Iowa and Purdue was pretty close. Notre Dame, they beat Northern Illinois. Wow, USC beat Oregon. Look at that. Now that changes things in the Pac-12 all around. Holy moly. That's a crazy, crazy game. That is crazy. And USC outplayed them. Let me see. I mean, obviously they won, but yeah, time of possession, everything. Wow, even 8 penalties. No, that's amazing. That's amazing that USC got that victory. I mean, obviously they're ranked, but that's crazy. Mississippi got done. Tennessee. NC State upsetting Tennessee. That's a big one. That's a big one. In Tennessee. Or is it versus Tennessee? No, it was versus. It was in NC State, right? Hold on. No, this was in Tennessee. My lord. Auburn beat Houston. Florida State barely beating a random team, and then Ohio State taking care of business there. This is the one. Holy moly! Florida ran train on Texas. They were up 28-0 at half, and at one point 35-7 walking into the fourth. That game was absolutely domination. Absolute domination by Florida. That's crazy. Wow. Quinn Ewers. What are you doing? 1 interception? They weren't even that bad. He wasn't even that bad. His team was just terrible. They could not run the ball. Wow. 172 yards rushing? My lord. On 17 carries. That's crazy. Yeah, Florida cooked Texas. They cooked them. Holy moly. And they're 3-0. Florida might do something in the SEC. That's crazy. This is the preview for week 3. Obviously, we got our game. Penn State, Notre Dame, massive matchup in the Big Ten. Massive, absolutely massive. SMU and Oklahoma, that's not terrible. That's actually a really good matchup. Oklahoma's not the same team as they've been historically, but that's a tough one. Utah State, good old rivalry. That's it, though. Really, it's just Notre Dame and Penn State. The rest of them are all just kind of inter-conference. We're starting to dip into the conferences now, as you can see. All of the newly acquired conferences that are set up week 3, it's all really starting now. So the top 25, as you can see there on the glance on the right, Ohio State, Clemson, Ole Miss, Alabama, very, very, very early in the top 25. But I don't see any issues with it so far. I mean, Georgia being number 8, even though they're 1-1. Okay, I know they played a tough team, and they lost, but they should probably be more of outside of the top 10. Maybe like where Utah is at 11, that'd be fine. Put Utah at 10, but that's fine. Outside of this, it's not a big deal. It's super early. It doesn't matter. No need to look at any of that. Heisman watch, where are we at with this? It's been a minute. Will Howard. Look at that. Every single Ohio State player, and Shedeur Sanders. That's clearly, we're all too early. It's too early with everything. Geez, 5 touchdown passes for Miami. Holy moly. Is that Cam Ward? It's Cam Ward. Big time stuff. All right. So we recapped week 2, and as I said, Penn State, Notre Dame, the big story. Geez, 7 catches, 138. And then Florida absolutely mauling Texas. That is insane. 5 sacks, 6 tackles, 1 game. Holy moly. That's nuts. So here we are, Apple Cup week. Week 3 of the season. The week 2 preview is done, and like I said, we'll get you into this game on the next video if we have a close one. We should. This is a rivalry game. Come on now. Apple Cup in the building. Thank you all.